It's happening. Transfer talk time. Are we signing De Jong, Steve? Yeah, I think we are, actually. I think it's about that time that we can now say this looks like it's about to happen. I've got some updates for you, but it does now look like it's the point where this is a matter of when and not if. I think it's imminent. It's going to happen. According to different reports, United have rejected a sensational quote. I'm not even going to read this out. I can't even bring myself to read this out. I thought this was a joke. United have apparently rejected a request from Barcelona for England defender Harry Maguire to be included in the deal to sign Frenkie de Jong. That can't be real, can it? I can't think that that's real. I'm not going to say that that's real. What the fuck? Barcelona don't want Harry Maguire. They don't. They definitely don't. And if they did, you'd sling it. Come on. It's not real. That can't be real, can it? That's not real. I saw it and I thought this was parody. But there's a couple of people reported it. Now, one of them works for The Sun, which we know is a shit rag. But he's still a professional journalist that goes to work every morning and gets paid to write journalism. There's no way that that's real. There's no way that that's real. That can't be real, can it? What's going on? How is that real? So that's what's been reported. I'm passing it on. I'm not buying it whatsoever. That's insane, isn't it? But apparently we have discussed a basic £55 million fee with Barcelona for Frenkie de Jong, with bonuses up to £68 million. Discussions are progressing. That's from Simon Jones in the Mail. Ten Hag wants Frenkie de Jong signed by United by the end of the week, and that's that United and Barcelona expect a deal to be complete before Thursday. That's in the Times. Frenkie was shocked Barca wanted to sell him, but feels comfortable by the knowledge United want him to lead the project under Ten Hag, and that's from Diario AS. Romano's had a bit of a 2p thrown in the mixer as well. He says the United are always in contact with Barcelona. The verbal proposal discussed is around 65 million guaranteed fee after 60 million plus add-ons opening bid was rejected. Apparently this is lagging. If it is, it's the same old internet. We're using it all the time. I have no idea why it would be doing that, and I don't know how to fix that, especially while I'm currently live. So we're just going to have to roll with it. But yeah, I got an alert down here which says it's lagged. So apologies, can't fix it. We're just going to have to figure it out as we go. Right, next one then. Who are we talking about next? Right, let's get that off. And it is Andreas Pereira. Pre-season Perlo himself. Fulham have apparently got an agreement in principle with United to sign him for 10 million euros plus 3 million in add-ons. Why it's in euros, I don't know, but it is. Fulham are apparently now negotiating with Pereira, and the decision is going to be in his hands. Make a lot of sense if he just goes and signs that, because I don't think he's got any chance of sticking around and getting a first-team spot at Manchester United. Apparently, the initial offer was 8.6 million, rising to 11 million, and that's from Sambi Mockwell from the Daily Mail. But it's up to Pereira if he wants to join. So I think you got to give that one a pretty strong number and say that one's probably likely to happen. It's up to the player now. And let's talk. Get your questions in as well, because I will be doing some questions. Obviously, I've just been off for a week, so all the videos last week were stuff that I'd recorded the week before. So it'd be good to actually chat to you guys and see what's happening. But let's talk about this definite nonsense. Ronaldo, Chelsea. What do I think that was? I think that was Ronaldo saying, United better hurry up and sign someone. And that's probably it. I think that was all it was. Lil Yo-Yo with a super chat there says, Steve, how serious is the Maguire to Barca thing? I can't believe that's real. Yeah, the Ronaldo to Chelsea thing, I just think that's just nonsense. I just don't think that was happening in the slightest, in all honesty. Romano says Ronaldo expects to see ambition from United in the transfer market. He wants to see a top team around him. I reckon that's more accurate than that he's potentially talking to Chelsea or thinking about a move to Chelsea or something like that. And Tanzil Oik, says Neymar's open to leaving PSG. United could afford him if Ronaldo leaves United. That, my friends, is a 0 out of 10. That's not happening, and that's not happening. And apparently United have told Ronaldo he's not for sale this summer, according to ESPN. I don't think he is for sale this summer, and I don't think he's looking to leave this summer. I think he's looking for everyone to hurry that shit up. And that's about it. Kez says apparently Ronaldo at Chelsea is just because his agent spoke to Chelsea about other clients. This is the thing, right? You're going to see George Mendes talk to probably 35 clubs this week, I would think. Somewhere in that sort of region. He has more than one client. In his, desire to make a little bit more cash, he decided to take on more clients than just Cristiano Ronaldo. And he does have to look after their interests as well. So, yeah, I mean, Neymar for me, I could think of loads of painful things I would rather do than have Neymar play for my football team. He's a talent. But no, is my thoughts on that. Yeah. Andre says United are linked with over 100 players. Yep. I've just seen some stuff floating around on social media where people, I think it's the Muppeteers, have listed all of the players. I think it was up to 82 last week, so that's probably over 100 now. Yeah. And I expect it somewhere in the 200 mark by the end of the transfer window. I think that's going to be the one. Right, listen, I'm going to do a Q&A in a second, but I'm going to throw this to you guys first beforehand. So check this out. Summer is coming and the sun is shining, shirts are off and your balls are smooth. You heard that right. Your friends at Manscaped are here to make your beach balls as smooth as Floridian sand. In summer you want to kill some cold beers and the barbecues and not kill the vibe with your pubes peeping out all over your shorts. And that's why Manscaped has got the Performance Package 4.0 to keep the party in your pants looking crisp and refreshing all summer. Dive headfirst into summer by joining the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get ready for hot guy summer by going to manscaped.com and getting 20% off and free shipping with the code Howson. Get it done. Summer is coming. Shave your balls, lads. Go get Manscaped to do it. Right, let's see what you guys are saying in the questions. Skiff says, do I believe Richard Arnold was being serious? After seeing the footage and reading the reports from people who were there, he came off as very insincere. Yeah, I do. I don't think he came off as insincere. I mean, obviously I wasn't there, but from the stuff that's leaked, no, I think it wasn't. I think it was relatively sincere in what he was saying. I think he came off pretty good in that. In all honesty, I mean, he's still a CEO of a multi-billion-pound company. He's always going to have to be guarded in the way he speaks about some things. But I think, the way he was talking about, we've seen CEOs in the past making transfers. Do you want that to happen again? That sort of stuff. I think he was being extremely honest in those circumstances. So, I think that would be. I think he was pretty honest with that one, to be honest. John says, what position would I prioritise if we bring in De Jong? I think we're going to be bringing in a right winger. I think we could probably do with another midfielder because there's so many midfielders that have gone, and I would be looking at another centre-back as well. But a right-back could also be on the cards because it looks like we're getting rid of him. Alan says, good morning, bro, from Chicago. Bloody hell, it's early there, isn't it? Who do I think is the perfect partner for De Jong in midfield? I don't know who the perfect one is. I think he's good. I think De Jong's very, very good. I think there's so many players that you could cite alongside him that I'm not overly worried. And I've done scout reports on so many players that have moved on this summer. There's literally so many players that improve United, especially in the six. Loads and loads and loads. Murphy says, around a month later and still not even signed. Yeah. These things take time. He's been playing internationals. Ten Hag hasn't got back to Carrington just yet. I think they start today. I think everyone's back in pre-season today. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Have I gone to visit showrooms yet to get that off-roader, says Notch. It's not a showroom thingy. It's a private sale. It's a bit of a mission, though, to get to. It is near Hereford sort of way. So, bit of a mission to go and get it. I do fancy it, though. My only problem is, and for those wondering, go and look at my Instagram and you'll see what I'm talking about. My only worry is the wheels are 37 inches, which is like hip height, innit? That's a fucking big wheel, that is. Lee Townsend said Ruben Neves and Frenkie would work well in the Premier League. I agree. I think that could work. I think that you might want someone with a bit more grit and bite, to be honest. Jogo Benito says, even if De Jong was signed a few weeks ago, he won't report for pre-season until the second week of July. Lack of signings in other positions is what's frustrating. Why the second week of July? I think he could come as soon as we're in, to be honest. I mean, second week of July, they're already in Thailand. Don't we play Liverpool on the 12th? So he's not going to be reporting for pre-season then. Tim Collins says, I'm after a boat, Steve. Any ideas? One without any holes in. They usually work better. Any update on the Paddock FC app? I'm getting the latest version of it today, I believe, if Callum pulls his finger out. And then after that, I think it's getting submitted to Apple for approval. So we're very, very close. It's the hold up is like the creation of accounts. It's not just like here's all the news that you can get on the website. There's obviously you got to create accounts so you can see the locked content. And we've done a test though, so all of you guys that are members, you've already been part of the test, and we can port over all of the membership info into the app, so we know that works. So as long as you guys register with the same email that you bought your membership with, you will have access to it straight away. I think it prompts you to set a password and then you're in. And if you're wondering what the fuck we're going on about, 2 weeks ago, we launched fan ownership of Stretford Paddock, and we are a ball hair away from 1,000 members, owners of the football club. And I've got half a dozen things for us to vote on as soon as this app drops. I was debating putting it out through SurveyMonkey because I'll just be completely honest with you guys. For those that are Paddock FC fans, there is a sponsor that's coming for us, potential sponsor, and it lands in a bit of a grey area. We'd sort of mentioned, and this is something we're going to put to a vote to firm it up. My gut instinct is to not go with alcohol and gambling sponsorships for the football team. I'll take them for myself because I'm 38 years of age and my audience is the 25 to 35 sort of bracket, and I have no problem pushing those sorts of things as a sponsorship sort of thing. But the football team's different. We have people from different cultures, we have people from different religions, and I don't want to impose my beliefs on the football team. And I think the football team should have its own set of values and its own things. And with us being an academy, I would like us to go down the route of maybe not being alcohol sponsored and maybe not being gambling sponsored. And there's a potential sponsor that's come up in a little bit of an area which doesn't actually fit into alcohol or gambling. And it'll be something that I'm going to ask the members for. So if a firm offer comes in from this company that we're talking to, I'll probably hit it out through SurveyMonkey for you guys to go and see what you guys think on it. Because like I said, this is our club, not my club. So there's things that I will just make decisions on because it's for the benefit of the club. Like we're buying a minibus this week. I'm not putting that to a vote. It's something we need. It's something for the good of the club. If, say, another sponsorship came in, let's say it was a protein company, there's no qualms about us having a protein company, so I'm just going to accept that if the money's correct for the sponsorship. Whereas things like the one that's come in, I want you guys to be involved in that one. So that's the one. It's not CBD, no, but I will put it out to everybody. Is there Paddock FC on market for sale? What does that mean? Any timescale on the member certificates? Want to know my membership number? Not yet, no. It's going to take us a little bit of time. Steve, is there a bigger fraud in modern football than Pogba? The guy rubs shoulders with Messi in Pepsi adverts, gets offered 300k a week for what? Ooh. His documentary's not gone down very well, has it? I'll tell you that for free. How much is sponsorship? It varies, depends on what you want. Notch says you'll attract more suitable sponsorship as time goes by and the club grows. And to be honest, my gut instinct is the sponsorship would be fine, but I want to put it out there to everybody once I get the stuff. We'll see what it is. Oh, Andre says, if someone wants to buy a percentage of Paddock, is it possible? No. So Stretford Paddock at the moment is in the process of becoming what is known as a CIC company, which is a community interest company, and it's in the constitution of the club that the members, and a CIC is owned by its members by the way that the club has been set up. So whether we have 5 members or whether we have 50 million members, it is owned by the members. You can't sell your membership. Your membership makes you an owner, which makes you involved in the decision making and all of that sort of stuff, but you can't sell it. We're not looking for people to try and use this as a share or someone that can buy up shares. That's literally the problem that happened with the Glazers. So we're completely going in the opposite direction to that. James says, I'm excited by De Jong. Concerned, however, that the Glazers will say, there's your midfielder and that's it. That's possible. Ant says, personally, I didn't see too much of an issue with the Pogmentary. I reckon there are loads just seeing their asses because he was shite for us and Raul was a cunt. I haven't seen it. I might watch it if I'm bored, but I'm not rushing to go. Certainly not going checking it out the way I did with the Robbo one. That's for sure. How different could those two have been? Josh has been watching. I'm 21. Been watching for years now. Remember your Rennie Mundenstein video uploaded 4 years ago. It was a good one. That. Love talking to Rennie. Tim says, would I take sponsorship from a seaweed company? Only just starting out, but it's great for nutrition. Get in touch with the emails on socials and we can have a chat. Ed says, I actually watched it. Pogba's doc ain't that bad. It's not going to win an Oscar, but if we take our personal issues out of it, it's decent. Didn't feel like I learned a lot, though. A bit superficial and didn't actually do anything. You could sum Pogba up like that. Kameyama says, how bad things are, why can't the various fan base unite and protest and fight against the Glazers? Because it doesn't fucking matter. Ultimately, I'll support any protest that happens against the owners. But we protested for 17 years. They don't give a fuck. Until someone comes and offers them money, you're going to struggle with it. C Fence says, Steve, can I put Stretford Paddock into $500 million of debt and still take out dividends after tanking the club? No, you fucking can't, mate. And that's the beauty of it. Benji says, Steve just casually having one of the oldest crossbar challenges on YouTube. Is it the oldest? That was the whole reason I ever even discovered what YouTube was, is I was trying to send that video to people back home and I uploaded it to YouTube so I could use the link. There's actually... The first videos I uploaded are actually of my son, and my mum uploaded them into my account so I could watch them on the other side. Brian's in the comments there. He says, if there's any other Irish Stretford Paddock FC owners, if you're on Facebook, there is a Stretford Paddock FC owners page. We have got, I believe, I could be wrong on this, Saul's not here to tell me, so I think this is the one. We have got an Irish supporters club, we have got an American supporters club, and I believe we have got a Scottish supporters club. So there are there are supporters clubs propping up all over the place. Excited to see where this goes. The Ginge Tinge with a super chat there says, can't remember which source it was, might have been bollocks, but there's something about Garnacho being fast-tracked in the first team. How do I see him being utilised this season? I'd say, see how he does in pre-season, have him in and around the first team, bring him on the bench in the games that you're expecting that you can give him some minutes, and then that's it. Inspector Woke says, is Paddock's structure similar to Barca's? Obviously not directly comparable in terms of fan ownership, but in terms of fan ownership, yes. Their socials model is exactly the same. I think their memberships are like 300 quid a year, which is a bit nuts. But the ways theirs works is the same. There are going to be elections. At the moment, we've put a committee in place. That committee will stay in place for 2 years. And then the committee will run the club. All the positions will be up for election. We have fan owners that will be elected. Every time we hit a new milestone, another fan member will be elected. We are at the moment. There is the opportunity for someone who is a current member to put themselves forward. There's a thread on Reddit. If you'd like to go and check it out on Reddit, there is a thread on there for people to put themselves forward as potential fan representatives. So if you're interested in doing that, then you can go and do that. Jed's Dead says, isn't the downside of fan ownership going to be the lack of viable investment beyond subs and sponsorship to grow the club? We don't need it. We won't need it. We will be able to fund ourselves through sponsorships, through the commercial deals that we've got a good team that can bring in, and through our fans. I want to be sustainable. We have got the opportunity to do some stuff, which I've spoken to a couple of people about some of the things that we've got in play. If this comes off, we will be, self-funded forever, and we won't be going anywhere, and that's the one. Gmod says, Steve, what do I think about Edson Alvarez being the first choice central midfielder partner for De Jong? It works, whether or not you can get him in. When will Paddock FC be in the Premier League? Never. That's the truth. Literally never. We'll never be in the Football League. The goal is to end up being somewhere around Northern Premier League, somewhere like that, and being a place there. Players that get released from United can get back into the game and find a move to somewhere in like League 1 or League 2. And youngsters can given that first step on the ladder to moving into an academy or moving into the professional game. That's what we want to do. Hussey says, imagine Paddock in the FA Cup. We're 3 promotions away. 3 promotions away. That's it. From the FA Cup, that is. Abhinav says, talk to me, Goose. What's the latest on Frenkie? My personal belief and the sort of whispers that we're hearing is that it's happening. That was like yesterday afternoon, and then it kind of went everywhere a little bit yesterday afternoon, didn't it? So I imagine it's happening. I think we're going to go for Anthony as well, but it's one of those. Darren says, check out some of the rooftop bars in Bangkok. Labua was in The Hangover. You've got to see it at night. I'm not going. I ain't going, so it won't be me that gets to experience that. I had to choose between going to the World Cup and going on pre-season, and I've decided to go for the World Cup. So fingers crossed, I'll be at the World Cup instead. Red Lad says, anyone else think Anthony would be a bit of a waste this season? Surely other positions are more important at this stage. I see what you're saying. I think another midfielder is more important, but that's the one. Justin, who would I support in the FA Cup, Paddock or United, if they played each other? Well, if I'm managing, I've got a job to do, haven't I? For us to get to where United are is about 10 rounds, just to get to the first round that United would be in. Don't worry about it. It ain't going to happen. You don't really get teams from the bottom couple of levels even getting through the qualifying rounds. It's a brutal competition, so don't worry about it. Ashwin says, did I get an answer to what on earth Joe was wearing today? If you want to see what Joe's wearing today, then head over to my Instagram stories and check that shit out. Abhinav there with a super chat says, ZH played under Ten Hag and is cheaper than Anthony. Also now Premier League experienced as well. I don't know. Anthony just strikes me as... not sure he's got the substance, to be honest. Romano's just posted. Well, he's allowed. What has he just posted? Let's have a look. He just posted, Matt Turner has joined Arsenal. Breaking news, all United fans. Arsenal have signed a backup goalkeeper. Anthony for 80 million would be a waste, but Anthony for 35 to 45 is worth a look. I could roll on that one, to be honest. The Ginge Tinge said, what do I think would be the acceptable amount of success for this season? Top 4 in the FA Cup. I'd roll with that one, to be honest with you. Shakespeare says, Marcel van der Kraan on Sky Sports. Anthony 80 million, Martinez 45. Wow. It's a lot of scratch in it for 2 players. How many more signings do I think we'll get, says Phil? I think we need 5. I think we'll get 4. Stephen Houston in the comments says Anthony equals Depay. I was literally thinking about saying that, but didn't. But yeah, I could probably agree with you, to be honest. Where can I find the membership for Stretford Paddock? Yeah, unfortunately, the website isn't letting me put it in the menu. If you go on the news on the website, there's links there. I'll throw it in the chat here now, though. If you Google fan ownership Stretford Paddock, like that should just come up. But I'll post it in the link. The link here now. Oh, I'm not posted in there. Let me just go on here. It's there now in the chat if anyone wants to get in on the mixer. Callum says should get Rafinha over Anthony. I say I could agree with that as well, to be honest. Arteta sack next season. I don't know if Arsenal got the ambition to sack him. Mr. Wilson says, any idea on the 4? No idea on the 4. Ed says, my cousin got let go from Southport not too long ago. When are we next having trials? Want to recommend him to come to you guys. So we play hashtag on Saturday, and then we play Lescott's team again the following week. Then we play Manchester Prem team on the 16th, and then we should be playing Beatties on the 23rd or 24th. We've just got to fix that and sort it out. We're still looking for a venue. We're hoping Drosl's going to be open, but we might not be. That's what our month looks like at the moment. And we're also in the Manchester Summer Cup. We won 7-2 yesterday. We won 9-1 last weekend. Summer Cup's just match time for everyone. Work on patterns of play and that sort of stuff. Kick-off against hashtag will be 4 o'clock. And I believe it's free. Free entry. So get yourself down there if you're in the Essex area. It's at the Bowers and Pitsea Stadium? I can't remember the name of the stadium, but it's where hashtag play. That's 4 o'clock, free entry. If you're in the area, go and check it out. If not, I believe hashtag are going to stream the game on their channel, so you'll be able to watch the game on their channel. We'll be putting out highlights of the game the following day, but if you want to watch that one, that's the one. What was the other question on it? Oh, about the trial, yeah. So this month is mental with how busy we are. Plus, I'm looking to get the next trial maybe in the back end of August or even September, because that's when all of the clubs above us, Northern Premier League, North West Counties, they sort of shake out their squads, and this is when I expect people to start coming down. We've added some good players to the first team, only a couple, but I'm pretty happy. We've added more to the devs and the 21s than anything else, really. Lee says, interested to see how hashtag get on against Paddock. They played my local team, Canvey Island, last season. I think we're in trouble, to be honest. I think it's going to be a very, very difficult game for us. And I shouldn't expect anything else, but we'll give it a good go. Rob says, if we could get De Jong and move Maguire on the same deal, that's the definition of killing two birds with one stone. Yeah. Phil says, with the club changes, will I apply for one of the scouting positions? No. Shakespeare says Matthias de Ligt keeps cropping up, but suspects that's his agent trying to avoid a wage cut. That'd be an interesting one, obviously. If Ten Hag moves for him, then he's obviously got the confidence that he can do some bits, but I don't think with Harry being there that you can consider that properly just yet. I'm not sure about that one, to be honest. Really not sure about that one. Andre says Chelsea are considering rivaling Tottenham for Richarlison, according to Sky. That could be an interesting transfer. What happens with Richarlison? Could be an interesting one. Am I going on pre-season tour? No, just mentioned that before. I'm not going on pre-season. Adam, Jay, Joe, a couple of the production staff are, but I'm not. Thoughts on reports saying Maguire's a big part of Ten Hag's plans? Would be interesting if he keeps him as captain. It would be interesting if he keeps him as captain. I'm not sure he's going to keep him as captain. That might get moved on. That'd be very telling if he does. I think he has to say everyone's in his plans. Because even if he's trying to sell him, something's got to happen, hasn't it? And yeah, that happened actually, didn't it? What do I think is next for Wayne Rooney, says Stephen. Honestly, don't know. I was quite surprised at his resignation. I haven't actually looked into the full details of it. Someone did send me and said, read this. I've just not had a chance to go and check it out. But yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. I think he did a sensational job with the budget that he had available. And that's it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with him and where he moves next. But right, cheers for tuning in, as usual. Loads of stuff planned for you guys this week. It is my operation on Thursday, so I'll be banging out fresh videos up until Wednesday. There's a scout report then I think going to happen on Thursday because obviously I've got to take a bit of downtime for the op. The operation's on Thursday, and then I might be off my feet all weekend, and we'll see how it rolls. But cheers for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're interested in getting in the mix and owning part of the football club, I'll throw the link in the chat again there. See if we get over 1,000 this week, because I think 2 weeks after launch, getting over 1,000 would be absolutely sensational techers, wouldn't it? And the link is in the description there. If not, just Google Stretford Paddock FC fan ownership. It'll be the first thing that pops up. And then there you go. But cheers for tuning in as always, and make sure to go and check out our sponsors too, Manscaped, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters.